Okay, so now we're on that last, before you get a conclusion page to your project, the last page with new information in your project is this correlation page. What you're going to do is you're going to take all of the numbers that you got for question number 1. So if maybe question number 1 was age, you're just going to put them in a list. Okay, and this is all going to go in the first column of an Excel spreadsheet. All right, and so on. You'll have 30 of them, maybe even more. And then if your second one was income, then you'll be putting that in here in thousands of dollars, or however you did it. Okay, and you get a second list. So you've got your 2 lists of 30 data points. Okay, it has to be exactly matching. Everybody's got to match up to whatever it was they said before. And then you're in Excel, so you highlight it, and you go up there, and up there somewhere near the picture of the pie and the little picture of the histogram, there's a picture of something that looks like this. All right, and when it drops down, it's got some that have got weird little like things all over them. You don't want one of those, you just want the dots. So just select the one that's dots. And that's going to make this nice little scatter on your page for you. So you don't have to draw the scatter by hand. It's just going to make your dots go on there like that. All right, now, then I tried to do the next thing. I have a page on there explaining what it is I do. So we've made 2 columns. And then we highlight them. And then we pick out the little picture of the scatter. Okay, and then if you've got this page of me telling you what I did next, and then I tried it and it wouldn't work. And the reason why it wouldn't work is because it's still online and who knows why. Anyway, what I had to do was download it and then enable editing. And then it would let me do what I wanted while it was still kind of connected to Palomar's system. It just didn't want to do anything for me. All right, so then I go on with what this says you're supposed to do is I left click on just any of them. Doesn't matter which one, just pick one and left click on it. And what it does is it puts a little X on every single one. So basically it's selecting them all. That's all you've done, and you told it to select them. Hasn't done any work yet. Okay, and then you right-click on one of them. Can be the same one, can be a different one, doesn't matter. Okay, so left-click to get the little X's, right-click, and what it's going to do is bring up a little menu box over here. Okay, I put a bunch of different pages of what Excel looks like so you can see that, but suddenly it pulls up a little menu box and you're going to choose Add Trend Line. This is great. It's going to draw a line of best fit through those. Okay, but I also want R. I don't want to figure out R by hand. I mean, I could go and put all this in my calculator and get R that way. That'd work. But actually Excel will do it, so why waste time on that? Okay, so after I go into Add Trend Line, you go down, it makes another like little dialog box, and you say you want it to be linear. You don't want like some sort of curvy line in there. You want to choose that it's going to be linear. I think that's the default value. It'll choose that for you. Okay, and then continue on down, and it says display R squared. Okay, it doesn't say display R. Why can't you just tell me R? Everybody uses R. No one uses R squared, but it doesn't say that. And then it'll come up here and it'll say, maybe it says R squared equals, let's say 0.5379. Okay, well, does that mean, is that a good number? Is that a bad number? How am I supposed to know? I don't have an R squared chart. I got an R chart. Okay, so I took and I square rooted that, except sheet paper. I square rooted R squared, 0.5379, and I got that R was equal to 0.733. Okay, I kind of did that part by hand because Excel refused to do it for me. But now I got something I could compare to my chart, all right? Go down to 30. I'm getting my good, bad cutoff number right now. Go down to 30. It's way down here. 0.361. You're allowed to be a lot sloppier. You got a lot of points. You're allowed to get a lot sloppier, so that's why these numbers change to something like a lot more forgiving. 0.361. 0.733 is bigger than 0.361. Okay, this is in the good zone. This is correlated. Now, if you want to, you can ask Excel to also put the equation of the line on there. At the same time, you're asking it to display R squared. You can say display equation of line or something like that. You don't have to. As I said, in the real world, most people don't really know much about the trend line itself. They just want to hear that it's correlated. Okay, so then what you do after that, you've got this nice picture. Then you do, okay, Control C, Control V to put it into a PowerPoint page.